So I watched John Wick Chapter 4. This video isn't about that. This video is about the Super Mario Brothers movie. The new one, not the old one. You can't make me watch the old one. First, this movie was made for kids. It was designed with children in mind. It plays it very safe, very like Nintendo. That's pretty expected of them because it's Nintendo. They're a very safe brand and company, and they don't like when their name is tarnished in any way. So it makes sense. This movie was made for children in terms of its story, humor. It was made for children. But I've heard people say that as like who it was definitely made for. Oh, it was this is a kids movie. No, it's not. It's made for kids, but it's not a kids movie. This is a Mario movie made for Mario fans, and it doesn't matter how old you are. If you are a Mario fan, not someone who played Mario once in the 80s when it came out, or someone who is just now starting. This is made for those who have been playing Mario, who have had Mario in their life forever, since they started talking and playing games. Those are two separate events, but Mario for me is like the second thing in my life. If Marvel is the first thing, Mario's number two. The only time Mario will ever be number two. But Mario is something special to me because my history with the games and the old shows. My history with Mario is a little different from most people's. Most of my memories involving Mario or Mario characters or Nintendo, really in any sense, are old plush videos on YouTube and playing with plushes with my cousin, who I kind of shared this experience with. In a way, this movie kind of wrapped up my childhood. And it's kind of bittersweet, but it's also incredible. The movie is incredible. I don't want to review this as a movie because as a movie, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But as a Mario movie, it is perfect. It is so perfect. Every little detail is exactly how I imagine these characters, how I used to play with these characters physically with the plushes and in the games. That is the reason why I don't have that big of a problem with Chris Pratt as Mario, because most of my life has revolved around Mario having a normal voice. The face of Mario, in my mind, has had a normal voice attached to it more than the iconic Mario voice. Just to get out of the way, I gotta have a little bit of gripes. There are some things that don't work as well. This movie is still an Illumination movie, and they use unnecessary pop songs, a lot of 80s rock and pop. Luckily, I like every song they played, so it wasn't a huge issue for me. And I do think that the songs they used are used in a good way. If I were to make a small change, it would just be to not have the music in it at all. Also, I think a very strong part of the movie is Mario and Luigi's relationship, but the downside of that is that they are barely on screen together. But let's talk about the cast, because the cast is arguably one of the strongest things about the movie. Without this cast, I don't think it would be as good as it is. I want to start with Chris Pratt because he's obviously the odd one out. Chris Pratt did a great job. I think he was good. Most people are saying he was fine. He didn't distract. And he did. He was fine and he didn't distract. But I think he was more than fine. I think he did a great job because he still captured the essence of Mario just in a way we hadn't seen before. Or a majority of audiences hadn't seen before. Is he perfect? Is he the perfect choice for Mario? Maybe not. But he did a good job. Same goes for Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, in my opinion. She did a great job, and she isn't honestly the most ideal pick for Peach, in my mind. Peach is much more soft-spoken, I think, when I think of her, but they characterized her in a way that still made sense and still fit with the original version of the character. She's still a delicate princess, but she's not that delicate. The standouts, for sure, are Charlie Day as Luigi, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. I think Seth Rogen was even a standout as Donkey Kong. And, of course, Jack Black as Bowser is one of the greatest castings of all time. And I stand by that, and I will until I die. He was amazing. He was so good. He was so funny, and he brought so much life to this character. You're not going to get Jack Black in this movie and not have him sing. He has a song in the movie, and it's hilarious, and I didn't think it'd get stuck in my head, but it did, and I've been singing it for the past 24 hours. Illumination did an incredible job with this animation. It is beautiful, it is colorful, it is extremely vibrant and lively, and it feels like a Mario game. Looking at it, it feels like the world of Mario. Even Brooklyn looks like it is from the Mario universe. Especially the Rainbow Road sequence is extremely colorful and vibrant. Everything is so fluid. There are moments that feel very 2D. The final fight is beautifully animated. The use of music in that scene specifically is extremely fun and epic and gets you really hyped up. The action in this movie is incredible. That's one of the best things about the movie is the action. It feels very dynamic. The action is very creative, and it's much more than just punch kick. Yeah, there's punches, there's kicks, and they're very powerful punches and kicks, but there's just very creative usage of action in this movie. The music is astounding. It's beautiful. Brian Tyler and Koji Kondo came together and they created an incredible cinematic soundtrack that includes songs and sound effects and just little hints from every single corner of every single Mario game. And it's amazing. It's so good. There are little beats of different songs hidden within much larger songs. There's a little bit of Bob-omb Battlefield inside a main theme Mario, or a little bit of Galaxy, and it's just hidden in the background. When Luigi and Mario are separated and Luigi's walking around with a flashlight, you can hear dun, 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 the Luigi's Mansion theme song. It's genius how they integrated these songs in this original music. The movie is full of references and Easter eggs, things that you won't even get after maybe 3 watches. It's detailed with Easter eggs and references. There are references sound-wise, visual-wise, dialogue-wise. There's an Easter egg of every variety. Even one of the poses that Mario does in the movie is a reference to Smash Brothers Ultimate when he jumps up in the air. And it's things like that that are really small and only like fans like me will catch. There are things on the surface that casual fans will also see, and that's great. I love that they have things that for every generation and every kind of fan will get. They throw in the Mario Brothers Super Show rap. They have the DK rap. They have so many things. Charles Martinet, the way Charles Martinet is used in this movie is so perfect. He plays 2 characters. Both of them are Mario in a sense. Most of the movie is fan service, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all, because this movie was not striving to be an Oscar-nominated picture. Before this had come out, I thought it might have been able to become an Oscar nomination just out of pure excitement. After having seen it, I don't think at all it'll get an Oscar nomination. I hope it does, but I don't think it will. It wasn't aiming for that. It was aiming for being a good Mario movie, and it perfectly delivered. It's a love letter to Mario fans and to Nintendo fans in general. It's just a really good Mario movie. Stay for the post-credit scene because it is good. I've seen people that are like, don't stay, it's not worth it. But if you're a Mario fan and you want to see that there's probably going to be a sequel, stay for the end credits because it's fun and it got me hyped up for even more. And it's not even something that was like a surprise, but it came on screen and I was like, yay! Go see it if you're a Mario fan. Don't listen to any of the critics because they don't know what they're talking about. I know I'm technically a critic, self-acclaimed critic here. Don't read critic reviews and go off what they say because they're only going off of it as a movie. And as a movie, no, it's not perfect. It's very fast-paced. It's got a very simple plot and very minor character development. But ironically, it's a great Mario movie because of those 3 things. I think if you're a Mario fan, you should just go see it. I think you'll love it because that's who it was made for, Mario fans. I have a hard time rating this movie because it, like Avengers Endgame to me, is kind of unranked. It's more of a, it's kind of more of an experience and personal sort of thing. As a movie, it's like a 7 out of 10. As a Mario movie, it's a 10 out of 10. And as a personal experience for me, it's unranked. I think it's the best video game movie that we've gotten so far. This to me is a kind of movie where if I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, I could honestly throw it on. And I'm bored a lot, so I could see myself throwing this movie on every 5 seconds of the day. That being said, I'm going to give this an infinity out of 10 because I don't want to rank it at all. I'm not going to rank it. You can't make me. I'm doing an episode this week on my podcast, The Cinemaniacs. Go check that out. We're going to talk about the Mario movie. We got some guests on there. Actually, my cousin that I talked about was one of the guests. I don't know if I'm going to do a John Wick 4 video. I wanted to, but I never got around to it. I might still do it, but I have no idea. But thank you all for watching this video. My final thought on the movie is I dug the movie. I dug it. I dug it. Nope. Okay. Bye. 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 See ya. 32 minutes? What?